Hey guys, CadwellPlays here, and today we are doing 2018 on YouTube and what it was like on YouTube. So if you do enjoy, please do smash like and subscribe, and let's get on into the 12 months. So then in January, guys, it started off alright, but not really, because the first day of January, uploaded by Logan Paul, was he found a dead body in a forest, and he laughed about it. He made a joke about a guy with a dead body in a forest, which is not good. Nearly laughed about it, really. And then 2 days later made an apology video saying I'm really sorry that it happened, can you forgive me, I do apologise, which with 55 million people watched and they nearly apologised. The second thing that happened was the Do You Know The Way meme. That came out and it pretty much blew off, the Do You Know The Way meme. These few kids were saying that, and then as well in that month we had Tide Pods. That kind of went into a bit of February, and the Coolest Monkey shirt came out. The jumper, the coolest monkey in the world, came out, and it was promoted by a black person dressed up in the shirt, and people got crazed about it because it was apparently, according to them, very offensive to wear, which I can understand, and at the same time sometimes you can't understand basically what they're trying to say. Into February, and in February we had the KFC running out of chicken. So a big news story came out that KFC only had enough chicken for a few stores, didn't have enough for the whole thing because their company who supplied them with food did not supply them with enough chicken. Reports came out about this and everyone was really upset about it. Well, loads of people were anyway. And then we had the KSI versus Joella fight, which KSI won in round 3. So out of the 6 rounds, KSI won in round 3. A very convincing win. And yeah, just a really good fight. And at the same fight, when Mike Fox finished his fight, he proposed to his girlfriend. And by the way, just tell you, they're still going out to this day. And Mr. Beast started splashing out the cash he did on this month. If you don't know, he started giving away thousands of pounds to streamers, and he still continues to do that. He did it last month, he hasn't done it this month, but he still continues to do that to this day, and he pretty much popped off because of that. So good old Mr. Beast, and there's February for you. So well done. So then into March we go, and in March, really, there was not much in March. Fortnite was popping off, kids were trying to do the craze, so basically there was videos out there with loads of people just doing, we're going to try Fortnite dances. So back in there, it was around about season 2, 3, back in that time, and Fortnite was crazed, was hitting off again. Loads of people were trying to do Fortnite dances and all of that stuff. Ninja was popping off, so Ninja was just getting his viewers back to where he wanted them to be, back up the views he needed, and up to where he needed to be. So that was where Ninja was going for, and at the same month he accused Drake. Now, he accused Drake of getting viewers, so basically he said, well, Drake is using me because I'm a new streamer for revenue, to get income and to get new viewers to see him and play and watch him pretty much in his channel, so pretty much watch his new music and listen to his new music. So he was getting kids and anyone like that to do that, which, fair enough, Drake can do that, but it just really hurt Ninja, and Ninja didn't really like how it happened, if you kind of get what I mean. So then, guys, in April, nothing really much happened except a kid went to his local supermarket and started yodeling. That popped off. Another thing that happened was in Spain and all them Spanish countries, and aliens started dancing and they all loved it, behind a song. And Mark Zuckerberg went to, not jail, but went to court about a bit all to do with the lovely site that is Facebook, and one YouTuber went on to talk about her song. Gabby went on from the Gabby Show, went on to Genius and talked about Monster and sang it really badly, went Monster like that, and it popped off because people were like, well, we don't sing like that when we all do it, but she did it on that as well. And that is one of the things that I thought about this, which I'm going to talk about because she popped off. That did. The yodeling kid went on to the Ellen Show at the end of the month, and she talked a bit about why do you do it. He said, because I like yodeling and I want to do it when I'm older. And as well, Mark Zuckerberg, I think is clear now, but we actually really don't know. So yeah, that was April for you. In May, so into May now we go. In May, a lot happened, so I need to be very quick at this. Fortnite was still popping off. Fortnite was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Streamers started streaming, like Lachlan, like Musauk, like all the others like Road to Shore, like Vicstar, were all popping off with big views because of Fortnite. So same could show for Ninja, he was getting more viewers and viewers and viewers. Little Tay, the little girl who was 9 years old at the time, now she's about 10, popped off with her brother pretty much recording her saying stuff. It's like, I'm Little Tay and I can do this. And the Lammy and Yorrel thingy, the Yammy and Laurel thingy, saying that voice, saying Yammy or Laurel. Loads. It's still debated today what it is. It's a dead meme now, but people debate what it was. I did a poll when it came out, and about 60% said Lammy and 40% said Laurel, so yeah, it kind of suggests there. But Little Tay was around, and she was a little girl who was still popping off in the next month, so that's why I can talk about her. So then Little Tay was in June, and Little Tay, what she did as well was flex money and say that I'm coming for people and having to fight people, but actually she didn't, and that's kind of a thing we need to address there. But in June as well, England went and played the World Cup. It was a great moment. We all thought it was coming home, and then in the they played the third round game and lost back to Belgium again, which everyone knew. David Dobrik and Alyssa kind of broke up, and Eliza Koshy. Eliza broke up. They broke up, and it's very, very sad apparently. But we don't know if they're still going out or not. They did a video apologising, saying they're breaking up. We still don't know if they're going out or not. And there was a Sidemen football match in that month, and really nothing really happened in that. But yeah, and TanaCon happens, which was one of the biggest events in that month. There was 25,000 people went to a venue which could only hold 10,000, and they all were like, we want our refunds and money back, and it didn't really happen. But yeah, everyone wanted money back and that, and Tana said, no, we're not getting your money back, and she had a really big argument with it. So yeah, that's kind of what she kind of had a really big argument, which I think is a bad thing, because it failed pretty much, and she knows it failed, and she should give the money back. Into July, and yeah, in July there's a lot of stuff happening. Diss tracks started popping back into it. They did diss tracks, kind of were coming back into fashion. Deji, KSI and all of them were getting ready for the Logan Paul fight. They had announced it that they were fighting. A few musics were coming back in from YouTubers. A few YouTubers were making songs. The Ali A intro was a meme, so it was popping back off. It was, and yeah, it's pretty much that was it. So there you go, that is what the LA intro was in July, and yeah, it was not, I wouldn't say it was the worst of months for YouTube, but it was one of the months where YouTube kind of didn't have much to go with. It just had the LA intro, a few songs were coming out from YouTubers, and Johnny was a YouTube channel which just been created and was not popping off, but well, a little bit popping off, but not really. Into August we go, and yes, it was Johnny. The Johnny meme was the pinnacle of August. It was the Johnny, yes papa. That meme was the thing that started August off. It did. Another thing that started August off was the KSI and Logan Paul fight. That was in the middle of August, but the diss tracks were at the start of August, and a few popped off. Like Logan Paul had, I think it was two days to make a diss track for KSI in London, and he managed to make a quick cheap one and slap it up on YouTube. So good old job there for KSI. It was, so well done there. Good old job for Logan Paul as well to make that short diss track, but KSI's was still really good. Another thing that happened then was that FujiTube Rose did a convention in this theatre we should have done, but there was nobody there. He was in a car, standing on top of a car, talking to loads of people, and Morg's channel popped off as well. Morg's channel for some reason popped off, and then it was the KSI Logan Paul fight, which of course finished in a draw, and you saw lots of brotherly love and lots of people respecting each other because it was a tough fight, and nobody thought he would get 6 rounds, but they imagined to get 6 rounds. They got it in 6 rounds, so well done them. So then into September, and as we know in YouTube, September and January are the 2 months which don't normally have much beef or nothing in it. This month they didn't. They had a few songs come out, like by KSI and Randolph. They made a song a couple of years ago on YouTube called Summer, called for the summer, and they released it on Spotify and Apple Music this month, and it popped off a little bit. It got thousands of watches, and that. It was my birthday this month. It was my birthday this month. I went to Man United for a ground tour, which was really, really good. And Elon Musk was on a podcast, the Brogan podcast, WWE guy or person who does to do wrestling and that podcast, and talked a bit about his life and a bit about some stuff, and smoked on it, which gave a little bit of controversy because you're not supposed to, but he did. And yeah, that's pretty much it really, guys, for September. Again, a month which you don't see much on it really. You see the tiniest bit, and really it's nothing much on it, which was okay for that. It was, and it kind of says much about it. Into October now we go. Sorry about that, guys, a little pause there. But we are talking now about TikTok. So TikTok is an app which I'm just going to quickly go over, where you can record yourself, like YouTube, but like very short clips on it. The songs that people used to have, sometimes they'll have two on each side, sometimes just have one. One of the songs was, can I bring my, like one of them was two boys saying, can I bring my sister to the thing? They turn like this and they go, oh yes you can, and then he comes with them. People just make funny clips like that. Another one is Bad Boy, which is Bad Boy, Claim to See, I have a weird question for a long time. And then Tracer, which is I'm Gonna Be Tracer, was another song that popped off that month. And Boyfriends, saying about how bad your boyfriend is now, you should be a boyfriend and all that good stuff. And kind of TikTok kind of had two on sides, and then you kind of make it. It's still going now, but it's a little bit dead now. It was October, November where it popped off, and the rest of the months it really just didn't do much. Like this is Musically, but as a different name, and apparently Vine's coming back as a different name now, but I don't know if it will. If you're kind of honest with me, I don't know if it will. So yeah, and then into November, guys, nothing, again, I was saying, really much happened in November, which is surprising when it was one of the shortest months, when it's a long month. One thing that did happen was the Crab song, which is a crab rave, came out, it did, and pretty much you got loads of people singing about it. Like, for example, you got this song, here it is. That song got popped off, it did, on the charts, and it talks about loads of like KSI, Logan Paul memes and that. T-Series and PewDiePie were a big thing. Wide neck and skinny neck, the wide neck man and the skinniest neck person had a like confrontation, but T-Series with PewDiePie, T-Series were 200,000 away from PewDiePie, and then good old Mr. Beast put billboards around. About 5 YouTubers did that, and their subscribers just popped off and made it so they got millions and millions of more subscribers. Now I think they're 1 million subscribers ahead of T-Series, so good job there for all you YouTubers who helped PewDiePie. There they did. Into December. So then into December now we go, and nothing really much happened except YouTube Rewind came out around the 14th of December, and it didn't pop off. Loads of people thought it would be amazing. It got millions and millions of views, but it got 14 million dislikes, and the most disliked video ever on YouTube it was, and it's their own video. It showed a few messages like Fortnite popped off, it showed a few that YouTube is different languages, but nothing really else. The video showed that was YouTube. Another thing that happened in December was KSI v Deji, the beef that happened, which KSI and Deji had like a bit of beef online. KSI said don't upload anything, Deji did and uploaded his bank statement, so that's why he's angry with him, and then Deji uploaded the videos as well. Another thing that happened was Deji did some rapping, tried to do some be like an Eminem, didn't work, he can't sing, and yeah, he just really couldn't. And YouTube got loads of hate and that, and this guy sent a plaque which was well done for getting the most disliked video on YouTube, and that was amazing. So guys, if you did enjoy that, please do smash a like and subscribe. I have been Cadwell5, and if you did enjoy, then let me know in the comments what you think I should do for next year and for next year's 2019 look back. And next video that comes out will be on next year, but we'll be telling you about what happened in 2018 and what I think I should be doing in 2019. So if you did enjoy, as I said, subscribe and like. I've been Cadwell5, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.